So welcome back guys to a brand new video. Now today we are going to be doing a review of one of the top 10 creatures which made it into the next round of the voting. It is all getting really exciting, and the final day of voting for these top 10 is May 1st, but the announcement for the brand new creature to come to Scorched Earth on day 1 of ARK Survival Evolved, ARK Survival Evolved Ascended? ARK Survival Ascended will be on May 5th. Now this one is really cool. As I've said always in the comment section, this isn't what my vote is. I'm completely hiding my vote from this because I just want to make it a very fair, you know, like voting for everyone, so everyone has a chance for their favorite creature. I have now completed my vote, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be covering all of these creatures over the week. Now, if you guys do enjoy today's video, as always, smash that like button, subscribe if you're new around here, because it really does support me, as always, in every single video. And let's get in with this, because I thought this was a really cool one to cover first. So, I'm not even sure how to, you guys know, the classic loaded crisis, can never pronounce any of these dinos, but I'm going for Fasolasuchus. There's literally, I'm surprised there's not someone who's made a meme out of me over the years, like pronouncing everything wrong, but apparently is a large dino and a rock golem and trapper and counter. Oh right, okay, yeah, it makes sense. And then some really cool artwork. So this is the only artwork we have for it so far. It is really cool. I kind of want to see this creature like properly like in its actual form. That's why I would be like more than happy if this one came to the game. But I feel like everything out of the top 10 looks really cool, so I can't complain. Literally out of the whole list, if one comes, I'm not going to be upset because they all look really amazing. So yeah, as you can see, we're going to be going through it, reading about it, and already its saddle looks amazing. It's got some catapults on the top there on its like well, not a platform saddle, but you guys know that's probably going to be just standard saddle with the driver and 2 people on the side. So let's read through it. Now also bear in mind that if this creature or any of the creatures we talk about throughout, you know, reviewing these, all of the abilities I say, some of it is taken on board by wildcard, but they will make slight changes. So a lot of the stuff tends to actually stay, but any of the too OP stuff, you know, and which wildcard think wouldn't work in the game, doesn't actually make it. But anyway, so it's aggressive as expected. It's a carnivore. It favors armored creatures, as you can see in the photo there. So it's the largest reptile that ever lived, although here on ARK it's a little bit bigger than I remember. Its armor and bone-crushing jaws are just as ferocious as the T-Rex, able to grip and hold its prey firmly in place. Although the Fasolasuchus is of a so it's part of like the crocodile. What is going on with me today? Dom, sort it out. But it's more of a big lizard than a marine reptile. Its thick, scaly hide helps it thrive within the desert environment, much like its historical counterpart that lived on the vast continent millions of years ago. So apparently this was suggested on Reddit by Snowbloodwolf2. So for some reason these creatures naturally enjoy crushing and or shattering things with thick shells of armor and see it as a form of entertainment as a result. And as a result they can often be found crushing Doedicurus and so they're basically just going to go around destroying shells even when they're not hungry, leaving the corpses scattered around the area as a result. And as a result, they serve as warnings to other predators that are currently in the territory. And even if it doesn't understand the concept of territory, so just basically anything with a shell, if this gets added into ARK, are just going to be lying around destroyed. So it would basically say that unlike other large predators, you don't need to earn its trust or respect by besting it in combat or raising it from an egg, because it is simply too stupid to understand such concepts. So you simply have to throw toys at it. Okay, that's quite a cool way for taming. The original idea for this creature was to help find a solution to people building and clogging servers with traps. It's kind of evolved from there with the help of the community and suggestions. This creature has become something incredibly unique and niche. If you want something to completely unique added to the game, vote for this creature. That sounds quite cool actually. So any like traps, they can actually break them and stop the server from clogging up, and in the wild they'll do that themselves. That's actually a really smart idea. So the abilities, it's got an intense gripping bite, with its strong jaws able to immobilize a rock elemental if high enough level, and works like a giant bear trap or net gun. It has a crush ability for armored dinos, as we were saying. It has 3 attack options: trap, crush, and swipe. Can trap any dino no matter how big, and also traps flying and water-based creatures. Time trap will depend on stamina, and trap dinos will not take damage. The crush, if the dino is under the armored category, the FASOLASUCHUS can slowly crush its victims to death in its jaws with the option, if the option is selected. Its victim cannot move or fight back until the stamina is drained. Stamina drain is faster when in the crushing mode and also has a cooldown. And in the swipe attack, it has a tail swipe to knock back attackers. Heat resistance and sandstorm protection. Due to its cold-bloodedness, the FASOLASUCHUS gains its strength from the heat of the desert sun. The higher the temperature, the stronger and quicker it is. This has a reverse effect in the cold, and at night time it is a lot more sluggish and slow. Due to its thick hide, it is usually resilient against sandstorms, and heat resistance also takes effect when being attacked by flame arrows, flamethrowers, and flaming oil jars. However, it is very vulnerable to explosives. Harvests stone, metal, chitin, and keratin. And then the taming. So to tame one, you will need to keep your distance. If it spots you during a tame, it will attack you and break your legs in the wild. It loves crunching things and treats armored dinos as chew toys. So how to tame? You need to sacrifice an armored tame creature. So it could be anything like an Anki, a turtle, a stego. It doesn't take damage from the Kentrosaurus, tech dinos, rock elementals, Arthropleura, shadow mains due to their armor ability. It can be found in the wild, underground, in the sand dunes of scorched earth, and its mouth open wide, ready to trap its prey like a giant bear trap. Only its teeth popping out the sand are visible. So to tame it, you need to sacrifice a crunchy dino to be trapped, and it will spring out of the ground and slowly crush the tames to death and do a death roll like a Sarco. This will add taming effectiveness, and you will need multiple sacrifices if it's a higher level. Saddle tiers and health points do help the effectiveness. The less tames you need to sacrifice, the better it will be. Once the stage has begun, you can proceed to trank it into submission and knock it out, but make sure you've got the best TE bar before you do. Taming effectiveness will be based on the health of the sacrifice. If you have a high level Doedicurus, then with a lot of health and the time it takes. Well, so yeah, basically that makes sense. So the higher the health, higher the level armored creature you throw in. As you can see from this drawing here, this reminds me of like the Star Wars where Boba Fett fell into, actually, a little bit. So tamed use, so trapping dinos, so you can trap using its jaws. It can trap flying creatures if they've landed, and water creatures in the water, so that by the looks of things you can go into the water, with the exception of end game creatures. It has a rock elemental trap, so while this creature will be able to trap a rock elemental for making it easy to tame one, it will have a reduced trap time based on drag weight, and the larger the creature, largest being the rock elemental, UT, Wyvern, and Bronto, the less time you have. Creatures can fight back. If a tame creature is trapped, it can fight back without its rider, but prey will do significantly reduced damage to the FASOLASUCHUS while immobilized. Range battle tactics. Imagine fighting a rock elemental while riding about your tribe mates, and it can fire catapult, ballista, and cannons from the side of it. It would be like a pirate battle on the dunes. Oh, that's pretty cool. Some of the saddle features, some more combat and taming attributes will be the ability to attach to a catapult turret or cannons on each side of the saddle, as we said. Avoiding the heat and sandstorms, so it thrives in the heat, so this is going to be something you're going to have to sort of maybe tame later, like at the night in Scorched Earth. And then popular suggestion is the burrow ability. Like the Reaper, it can bury itself underground to surprise its prey. However, this can only be done in sand and not on dirt or rock or ice, making it specialized for Scorched Earth. The ability can't be done on the platform saddle as it hinders the ability to be completely submerged. Very, very true. So combat, crunch all creatures, dismounts the rival player. So if the trap dino has a rider, they will be instantly dismounted until obviously it gets let go. Damage protection buff, so it takes reduced damage when locked into a creature. The saddle, you guys have seen it, looks really, really cool. And then obviously you have to sacrifice your own creatures. Maybe you could pick up a small creature and then drop it in, so it doesn't have to be one of your tames. I don't know, maybe something like that. This looks like this is how the rock elemental gets trapped by it, and they're firing like cannons at it off the side, which is a really cool drawing there. So artwork and design choices. I've created my own mocked up version of this creature with some exaggeration to its design compared to its relief counterpart, due to the fact that Scorched Earth has a more of a mythical creature vibe to it. Anyways, overall, I wanted this creature to aid players that don't have a lot of PvP experience with a way to fight to even the playing field. If someone has a Giga, at least you can dismount them and fight them one-on-one. I like that. And a huge thank you to everyone for your support. We made it into the top 10. And there is a chibi design by Sova here, which again looks really cool if it does end up getting a chibi. Now it does have a very, very positive obviously review and stuff. Lots of people are voting for it. People saying here that the Giga counter is way too OP, but as I said, depending on what, at the end of the day, whatever wins, if this wins, wildcard will decide what, you know, what they've done in the past, and if there's anything way too overpowered, it won't come. But personally, I think this is a really cool one. I really enjoyed covering it. The artwork was by Risky Biscuits, so shout out to Risky Biscuits for the artwork, and yeah, definitely a really cool one. So get your votes in, guys. If we go to the most recent Community Crunch, you can do it straight from Community Crunch 358. I've already done my vote, so it doesn't matter, and this is in random order, so this isn't my one. All you have to do is hop onto the Community Crunch. You can drag anything where you want, depending on how much you want a creature to come to the game, and simply just press submit, and that is your vote done and ready for the end on the 1st of May. Anyway, guys, also tomorrow is the end of the Easter Evo event on the 24th of April on the Monday, so enjoy your last day of this on the weekend. Obviously, you'll have a bit of Monday to enjoy it as well. But hope you guys have had a great weekend. Thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, and I can't wait to check out more as we get closer to the ending voting day. See you guys then.